Okay, good morning and welcome live here on BVI Channel 1. And I'm your host, Bella, and I have with me here Mr. Ndubisi from the Good Governance. Good morning, Mr. Ndubisi.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you, Bella.
So today we are having a live session and we are discussing about good governance and vote buying in Nigeria. And we use Anambra State as
Good morning and welcome live here on
as a case study. So we are having a discussion here. So if you're just joining, thank you for joining us. And we welcome other people again. So I have a question for you, Mr. Ndubisi. Please, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, my sister, Ebara. I'm still Ndubisi and Enugu, based in Oka here. I'm the Ambassador General of Good Governance Ministry. Good Governance Ministry is first political ministry in Nigeria, set up to advocate for the interest of the public, the masses. Of course, taking care of the expectation of the ordinary and common people on the street. As you know, Bella, nobody takes care of the ordinary people, or put another form, the political class elites are only thinking about themselves. But this platform is set up to take care of the ordinary and the voiceless, ordinary people on the street who cannot speak for themselves. We provide this platform to speak for them. That is basically what and why I'm here. Thank you, my dear.
All right, thank you for the introduction. So if you're just joining us, we are live on BVI Channel 1. And I have a question for you, Mr. Ndubisi. Please, what is good governance?
Yes, good governance, simply put, good governance is that will lift millions out of poverty. That will move the standard of living up. That will provide quality, that will make quality of life easy. I mean, I am putting it in simple language so that people will understand. When we talk of good governance, it's ambiguous. People see it in different ways. But I want to tell the people is that it is that policy that lifts you out of poverty. It is that politics that will narrow the gap between the rich man and the poor man. And that's your corner, any policy that will make it possible such that you, an ordinary person, can own a home, build a house, buy a car, use electricity, affordable electricity, access good and qualitative health, facilities. That will make you to buy food, affordable food, of whichever among where ni ogalane na ni oboye that will make you possible to train your kids. Qualitative education, not certificate education, but functional education. Education that it could be used to solve your immediate problem in your environment. Once that is provided by anybody, the person is offering you good governance. And of course, law and order and internal democracy. Law and order. You could say everything money equal law and order. Because and where another court for the big man and another one for the poor man. And where big man burumoto on our fefe police forgo the omeli akaya gafe because no big man. But where you have good governance and what a provision for that. So only but they know on emergency work like ambulance or fire services, On cases of emergency, life-threatening emergency, those are the people that should be allowed to be on faith on the road. So, Abella, let me pause for the meantime and take your question.
All right. I have another question for you because
Mm.
you know in Nigeria right now and in Anambra State there is an upcoming election for who is
Yes.
going to be the next governor.
Mm.
So you know it's like now our people are not aware of what it means to being governed in a working system. So where you see so much electoral malpractices, corruption, and unaccountability and no transparency in the government. We've seen it play out in, in previous administration, in other ones. So I want to emphasize on the vote buying, you know, because these days we see our people being bought for few cups of rice, few foodstuffs, just because they feel that they are voting for a particular candidate and they feel that this person is going to give them what they want just because they give them. What do you think about weaponizing poverty when it comes to vote buying?
Yeah, my dear, thank you. You see, in absence of good governance, and these I have taken time to list or mention, vote buying because the order of the day. As you yourself, you said it, that the previous administrations and even the current one have all weaponized hunger and poverty. People don't expect much coming from government. They don't even see government as anything that will solve their problem. They don't look upon government. People over the years have they depend on families, friends, parents, whenever they need anything, talk about food, clothing, even paying bills and paying school fees. They look sideways to their friends. Beggars, we are beggars. We beg for money here and there, beg our friends, beg our relatives, beg our extended families, both ndị na-atazi afọ ndị nọ na diaspora. Ịghọtago, ị na-alụta ego, ị na-esend ụlọ. So hardly, you can hardly see any person that need or run into financial crisis going to government house expecting money from the government, even the local government. But Bella, how many times have you visited the local government?
I don't think I've gone to the local government since 2025, this year.
I'm talking of you that is informed, you that is a graduate. One of the masses on the streets that have not gone to school, they don't have the opportunity of even seeing the four wall of the university. Many and most of them, 90% of them, don't even know their local government. They don't even understand what that there is that man called local government chairman.
You know, I want to come in here. You know, despite that in Africa, Nigeria is classified as the largest economic giant, and it still struggles with governance deficits like corruption. You know, Nigeria is being ranked in recent times as the 154th country in corruption as statistics and perception index, indicating widespread of corruption. This undermines public trust. You know, you asked me when was the last time I visited my local government. So as a person, I really do not have trust on the government because I feel that their promises are not being fulfilled. Undermines public trust. You know, so when people the informed person and uninformed person know that the government is not saying anything and they are not doing anything. All these promises, campaign promises, are just for talking sake. They don't do it. So what do you expect the average, the non-informed person to do when it comes to vote and, casting their vote on the day of election?
Okay, see, my sister, thank you for the question. As in, as informed as you are, you said you have not visited your local government time. The masses on the street, like the question you asked, also do not know anything about government. To them, they only know that they have a governor when the election is close. That's the only time they know that they have a governor. Because the governor in Anambra State, Soludo, how many times has he visited any committee in Anambra State on official visit? As part governor is visiting this location for good governance, for project. How many times has he done that? So the question you ask is that what is the expectation of these people on November 8th? These people don't have expectation from these guys. The only thing they know is give us 20,000, we vote, we just vote for you. Because they don't understand. They don't even know that the governor has existed for 3 years or 4 years. What has he done for them? Forget it. To be fair, just forget about it. That people say he's building road. No, no, no. He's building road. Is it only when you've eaten or you have food on your table? If you don't have car, if you don't have food on your table, who cares? Who cares if you like build 1,000 kilometers of roads? As long as he the waka with his leg or bicycle carry him waka go his village, who cares? To some other people, they will say, well, it's fine, it's beautifying the city. But beautification without hope of means of livelihood, beautification, building good government house or building fun city, how does it concern the person hustling in a coca? Every day struggling from Monday to Saturday, he's struggling to put food on his table, and they're in the majority. This thing we call the democracy in Nigeria is the deceit. We don't have democracy, we have civil rule. Democracy in Nigeria for now is meant for the elites, by the elites, and for the elites. That is how democracy is. Even when you talk of zoning, zoning is for elites. Elites are just zoning it among themselves. They are not zoning for the ordinary people. But ordinary people are used as a pawn in the political chess game. That is what they use. Because if you tune radio now, they will start discussing about Nnamdi Kanu in court, discussing about Tinubu policies. That is what they do every day. But have they seen these policies at work? No. So if you ask me what they're expecting, they're expecting a political season. This is their season. Show us money. Let's go and continue enjoying yourself. Unless they see a messiah. Like last time we saw Peter Obi presenting himself. So people are seeing Peter Obi as messiah. That once he goes in, he should be able to provide good governance for them. I mean, good governance, providing all these things, all those things are first mentioned. And now an election is going on. Peter Obi is busy campaigning in Anambra State, going about with a man they called Chief Mogala. So people will see that Mogala as Messiah, that since Peter Obi has endorsed him, perhaps this Mogala can give us good governance. So when you have that kind of situation, that is where money will not play a role. But outside providing good governance is money. Give me money, I'll cast vote for you.
You know, They have prospects for improvements in their defense. Despite these challenges, there are opportunities for enhancing good governance, just like the reform initiatives, various anti-corruption initiatives, and social investment programs, such as Empower, conditional cash transfer, that aim to improve good governance and accountability.
Wait, Ebere, are you talking of Tinubu federal government? Are you or state government? Let me understand.
I'm talking of the reform initiative at the federal level. But
Uh-huh.
coming to the state level, does it really come to the average Nigerian, like the Empower? Just like you mentioned, the average person in Ekoka doing their daily sales, improving the government, like reforms that they put in effect, does it really affect the person, the average layman that's somewhere in Ekoka or in Ose Market to improve their life?
Emma, there's a reform agenda program you just mentioned. That
Empower.
Empower is federal program, and that federal program, I know your question, whether the federal program Empower has Imago has an impact on the average person, like a people in Koka, whether they will have the impact. But Nigeria is a big country. Nigeria is a big country. If you have Empower program, Nigeria is a country without database. If you have that Empower program, you want to increase the purchasing power of the ordinary people, of the vulnerable in the society. Who are your targeted audience? That is what data does. That is the role accurate data takes care of. Then who are your target audience? Have you defined your target audience? I can answer that question. No, Nigeria has not. They play politics with policies, with development. So if you have Empower, you can only please just a significant portion of a given population, insignificant. It will not have any impact, because a situation whereby you have a program like this, you target to 130 million people.
It's not only Empower. The conditional, sometimes they say they are giving some people money for starting up something, and it's a limited amount of people. At the end of the day, it doesn't get to the people. It gets to top people or just few number of people. And those people take the money and pocket it to themselves. It does not get to the average person. It does not in any way improve their life.
Yeah, that is the point where we both of us are saying the same thing. This is a federal project, and our discussion this morning is centered on Anambra State. So
Yes.
the federal government should, just as a reminder, I don't believe in this system called the system we are practicing now, Nigerian Federal Unitary
You know why?
System.
You know why I mentioned it? Because people outside diaspora feel that most Nigerians are getting a certain amount at the end of the day. Whether it's on the state level and on the federal level. Now, this Empower is conditioned to a certain people. I myself, as a young graduate, never gained anything from the Empower, and even the conditional cash transfers that is going about, people saying that the federal government or the state government is funding some part of people, some people, to do something or to do one or two things, because people feel that it is getting to the common man, that they are gaining at least something from the government. I can tell you categorically, as somebody that is living in Anambra State, I have never gained anything from the government. It is not even the water on the street, not we pay for literally everything. So this is how I feel as a citizen in Anambra State. We practically don't get anything from the government. And another administration is coming again to promise us heaven on earth. At the end of the day, we are not seeing anything. The roads, every administration comes, they promise good road. How do you now, health-wise? I have a friend, let me even say it. I have a friend that their father is having a liver issue, a kidney issue, liver, all these serious health issue. Now, the person, we know that we can the health hospital. There's no hospital now that we know that they will go on the state level that will do their whatever and treat the person in such a way that this person will, the family itself will have faith that the hospital will treat the person very well, that they cannot even think of flying abroad or trying to process whatever it is to go and seek for medical help. So I'm telling you that on the state level, on the federal level, the average Nigerian is not gaining anything aside from the few cups of rice that they will share during election. You know?
Yeah, Abera, are you still?
Yes, I'm here.
What's the question, please?
I'm asking, on the health-wise, these promises, these campaign promises, each administration will come and promise heaven on earth. You do this one to Anambra, you give these people to Anambra, but nothing has been done, practically nothing, on the health sector, on the education sector. So each administration will come and promise good road. Every administration will come and they build roads. Now, the water, as somebody that is staying in Anambra, as a person living in Anambra State, we don't gain anything from the government. Nothing. You should at least get something from the government. As a young person, people are sorting to content creation. Young people are sorting to fraud. Other people are sorting to so many things just to earn a living. How do the government help the young people, the young future, the young society to curb crime, to have a future for the young people at least?
Okay, now, my dear sister, let me assist you. When you say that nobody has benefited anything from government, I don't think that is a fallacy of generalization. It's not true. People are getting something from government every day. But if you say majority of our people have not benefited anything from government, that is true. Because in Anambra State today, Anambra population is not less than 4.7 million people. And we have about 2.6 registered voters, 2.6 million registered voters. Now, assuming 4.7 million is correct of the population of Anambra State, now I'm being statistical in my analysis. Assuming 4.6 million people is the population of Anambra State, not more than 100,000 people are getting something from government.
Okay.
Do you understand? So if you say 100,000, assuming we put it at 100,000.
Out of how many million?
Out of 4.7 million people. Then what is the percentage getting? And what are the percentage not benefiting anything from government? Now, with this thing, that will give you an idea why people do not have interest with government. I can bet you that up to 4.5 million people don't have any direct benefit from government. You have indirect will. Indirect benefit is the road we are passing. That road is built and constructed by government using taxpayers' money. maybe you are not paying any tax. Because if we look at that 4.6 million people, up to 80% of that population is not paying direct tax. That's what you call direct and indirect tax.
Yes.
Are not paying direct tax. Direct tax, like the civil servants you have, every month they deduct their money from their salary. They are paying tax. Or business owners, they do remittances to federal inland revenue. They are paying
Revenue.
tax. They are paying corporate tax or personal tax. They pay personal tax to the state government. Indirect tax, VAT. Anytime you buy something from Mr. Beast or Roban in Oka, anything, they print receipt, deduct VAT. You are paying indirect tax. Or even
I wanted to come in when you say I don't pay tax, because when you go to the malls to buy things, they deduct their tax,
yeah.
but please go ahead.
I've defined it, direct and indirect
Indirect.
tax. I mean people that are paying directly to the government purse. So the services government provide, which you are enjoying, directly or indirectly. When the roads are there, even though you say they are not doing anything for you, but government build, construct road for you, and you are passing. Even if it's keke that is driving you through that road, you are enjoying it. The fact that you have security, even though you can castigate Soludo or anything, say that he has not done anything, but I will not be part of the people that will say Soludo has not done anything on security. Even though he provided in that code, they still have things that are doing, enwee ya sị na before you don't pass up your worker, all this ndị na-ama aka akpa, but tout are dealing with those guys. Believe it or not, it might not be, it could be work in progress. He needs to improve on that. If you talk about health, you said nobody has benefited anything, but I know some locations in Okpoko, he built hospital there. And those people, they don't have general hospital before, but he built a hospital for them. I've not gone there. I've only seen it in TV, video or so. So, but to, such people are happy that after all, government has remembered them. Apart from this, there are some women, Ijara Hospital, I say now, I'm free. Soludo will give them free antenatal and delivery. Imankwugo is courtesy of Soludo. But now, if you are looking at statistics, how many people are benefiting from this thing? What is the intention of that policy? Is it to encourage childbirth population? Are we having an issue with on do we want to increase our population? Have we taken care of the people, the young people we have in the state, the youth? Why should we give free? Why should we encourage childbearing in Anambra State? That one is another day discussion. But the fact is that some of them, General Hospital, are more from free of charge. So if you want to say something, it's not right for us to say government has not done anything. No. But we can always say that government has not developed the state intentionally to favor majority of the people. Because anywhere state you get like in Miri, anywhere solution water. Ebere, you want access to solution water knowledge?
Yeah, I've seen 3 places.
Have you benefited from those places?
Let me ask you a very simple question. If I want to, in a modern world, in 2025, if I want to wash a plate, do I need to go outside of the house and go few miles away just to get a water?
No. That's a simple question.
In as much as we commend the effort we have to be realistic with terms. We, sometimes I'm for such things near the Sudan, a go well as an abia a water million. It's giving 1999 effect. And where water bodies. I'm sure that now when I was small, and where water works, that is pushing water in such a way that in your home you have access to water. So giving people water on the streets, what happened to the water that can come out from? I don't get it. It's given 1975. You wanted to critique me about saying what they are doing. See, let me tell you, we these people go outside the country to see other countries, and it's 2025, and you tell me that if I want to get water, you go miles away just to get a bucket of water. How realistic is that?
My dear, a simple question. These guys in government, Soludo precisely, is playing politics with good governance, with development. I understand your anger. You are not happy. That is the simple truth. I'm not happy myself. I'm not happy. He's playing politics with development. He's playing politics with good governance. That is simple response to you. Because you ask a question, I'm giving it back to you. He is playing politics with good governance. Because our people are naive, our people are ignorant. Ndị nọ n'isisi like this, enwee obere touch ịgbanye like this, they will be happy all the way this government is doing. Because I want to tell you the simple solution. The simple solution is to have public water master plan. It starts with master plan. Get a serious-minded investors there. You partner with government. Government cannot do everything, but government can guarantee, come rain, come sun, execute this project will pay you. And government should not monetize it. It should not expose it to buying and selling to the market forces. This is the cost of building this water project, 1 billion naira. Therefore, we have to divide this 1 billion to the households. No, water is just like road. Do you build road and start charging people money that before they pass through the road, they have to pay your government money for using the road? No, water should be treated that way. There should be water in all the households, and people should be paying peanuts. But Bella, see, the problem we have is that we have capitalists in government, people who don't understand the business of governance, people who go into the government to amass and accumulate wealth not needed. Your children, they don't need so much money. All this money that's stealing in government. The motive behind going into government business is to steal money, to make money. And the churches and people will be clapping for you that you were appointed the commissioner and you did not make money for yourself. That is it. So, my dear, that is that.
When I'm speaking about the young people, and I talk about unemployment. Unemployment in a society where it makes corruption thrive. Unemployment makes many things. This as an idle man is a devil's workshop. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. So now, when it comes to security, we will commend the Anambra State government about the recent Aguna Chamber and the Kehana wasn't Koza Udogachi, about improving security, because we know that few months ago, given as at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, people are so afraid to walk on the streets. And there was a time, anokata odeka ndi Udogachi abia maybe anyhow, hanokata chikoko onwe ha. Now you can be able to go outside and do your thing in the evening and come back. So we commend the recent government about the new improved security outfits. Now, what do you feel that this government can do to improve the lives of people, about unemployment rates on Anambra State only, because we cannot start going to the federal level. Ebe onye bi ka ọ na-awachi, ka onye feel na fa ga-emenwu for the young people to improve them.
Yes, Emma, when you talk about the unemployment rate level in Anambra State, is something that is quite disappointing and quite unfortunate. We expected the governor, the present the present governor to lay solid foundation that will encourage investors, of course, investors to come into this state, and the people with ideas, not just foreign investors. You have local investors, to put heads together, and see how to improve our God-given resources. Because God has given us everything. We have everything within Anambra State. We have people all over the world. The only thing they need is government encouragement, creating enabling environment. And these things are not ambiguous. These things are not far-fetched. These things are within us and within around us. I will just give one example. One example that is local for people to understand. If you have a governor, a revolutionary governor, who thinks outside the box, what he does first is to operate on open door policy. Ask everybody and anybody with ideas to visit a certain portal. Drop your idea on the portal. You have think tanks and think tanks working for every government. There are people behind the scene. There are people you are not seeing. Anybody with ideas, go to this portal, drop it there. There are people working behind the scene who collect your information, process it, invite you. When you see a government that is working, my dear, you don't need a prophet to tell you. Just within 2 months, everything will appear. That this governor is revolutionary, this governor is sincere, this governor doesn't have intention to embezzle and steal money or to settle his godfathers. You will know within first month. If a sincere governor comes up, declare his assets, that this is what I have, and anybody working for me or with me should declare his own asset. First day you enter office, you do that. Then you set up a portal. If you have an idea, put it, drop it here. So once those things drop, I'm telling you that people are giving advice, intellectual inputs, free of charge, because they want our society. They want a better society, a better state for everybody. Who is telling you that majority of people in diaspora don't want to bring their children and their businesses home? They want to bring them home. It's not everything that the federal government will do for a state government. State government has access to their land. They the managers of the land. A governor is the owner of all the lands in Anambra State. They can revoke anything for public interest. So once a governor does or should do this, by being transparent and revolutionary, first month, I'm telling you, Bella, that thousands of people will come up with ideas on how to build a modern society. And building a modern society, one of them, like I'm giving you just one or two examples.
Yes.
One or two of them is for you to industrialize any environment, electricity has to be taken
In
for
your home.
granted. Electricity has to be taken for granted. When you are not going to say, local for industries in Onitsha na-ebe akwa na EEDC nọgide weta efa 1 million naira bill n'ọkụ famụrụ amụọ. All those things will be taken for granted because the issue of electricity management and supervision is now under the control of a state governor. He has migrated from the exclusive list of federal government to concurrent list. So any state or environment that wants to industrialize must see electricity as given. Obozi ha na-discuss. Etu GSM abụọzọ a na-issue kịta no inwe ego ijegolu phone 9,000 naira. Ekpo onye chọọ ịkpọ. Bọsị inwere ego ịkpọ ịma mkpọ igo nke 100 naira. When you go scratch card 100 naira, you make a call of 100 naira. Now, the issue of communication has been taken for granted. It's no longer an issue in Nigeria. The same way, any state, if we are serious about building, creating jobs, because how to create jobs for this youth, the starting point of creating of any jobs is electricity, giving. Because if you don't do that, this issue of insecurity, people are fighting the insecurity using kinetic force. Actually use now use. And when nobody cares about humanity again, and government does not care that they have failed on their responsibility to provide welfare. Welfare is the primary duty and responsibility of any government in Nigeria. It's a constitutional issue. If you fail to provide jobs for the youth, you have failed. So for you to even tackle security, you have to take care of that one. But government no longer see it as their responsibility. Afọ ụmụaka na-akpa na-egbu asị na a na-apị yahoo ndị EFCC enwudefa afọ unknown government bụ egbe. You have to rehabilitate these people. You have to show them how to make money. Then if they fail to learn how to make money, then a man afford to buy. As you say, the Bella, these guys, for governors, like Soludo, the kids are living in UK. Is that how UK is taking care of them there? So what I'm saying is that it's not a rocket science, my dear sister. It's just being sincere. I'm telling you, I've just told you that if you have a portal, an idea portal, have professionals, think tanks behind the scene that are managing that portal. And nobody is saying that the governor should have all the ideas. I'm not saying a governor should have all the ideas. Even me, I don't have all the ideas, you know. I may have an idea, but that doesn't mean that I know everything. And I'm giving a solution that open up a need portal. Let people an idea portal, which Soludo did when he won the election. He called it talent hunt. Thousands of Anambra state people, indigenes across the world, entered their email, including me, but nobody was contacted. But when I asked, they said some people were contacted, but I've not seen the effect of that contact. Because the effect of the contact should be to industrialize the state. And it should not take 4 years to do that. At least you lay that foundation, people will see. Like the one you mentioned now on water corporation, you know, should it supposed to take 2 years for you to have water all through Onitsha, everywhere in Onitsha? Ndị ilu ebe a na-achọ ọlọkwa ndị ọrụ ji ụdị a plumbing, ndị na-achọ ebe a ga-alụ ọrụ. If you employ those people, keep them busy, guarantee their income, that you make 5,000 naira every day. They work around the clock. They will make 5,000 or 10,000 naira a day working under this water project. I mean, within 1 year, the whole Onitsha will be connected with water. The fact is that these politicians are lazy and are wicked, so wicked, I must tell you. This is an open platform and saying that they're wicked, are heartless. People are unemployed. There are so many cars to fill, and people are sleeping in their house because they don't have anything to do. Streets are not tied, roads are not constructed. You have many engineers moving around with their CVs.
Yeah, I want to come in. You mentioned plumbers. When you go to even the plumbing now, if we a lot of plumbers and on getting Monday messing all those jobs people na every day, skills hanem every day, and I also made a mention of water. When we are talking of the government, we also call on the people itself. Nigerians in Nigeria, how do they treat their country? Efa abobai. So now, I remember prior to now, and we're water body. So somebody was given a contract to do a road. So do you know what these people did? They went and hana aluzo, what to see the pipes that lead to the houses where those mmili gase, just because they feel that the water bodies will not work again. Okay, this is how Nigerians treat their own property, because buy, ebonye biko na watch, dosi bigger former. Just because not be a public property does not mean that you get treat here anyhow. We see traffic lights, and where traffic lights, if more than a traffic light, or waffle, forgetting that this traffic light is meant for safety. I've been in a Keke Marwa, the guy actually reaching the traffic light. You know what I told him? I said to him, see, the essence of this traffic light is not only for you, it's for the safety of everybody. What if mwa onye get red sign to stop, an oncoming vehicle a crash into you? Is it not for your own safety? So sometimes the people itself have to start calling out the government, start acting right. It does not again. I'm going to Messiah. Messiah ada. I'm going Nigerians somewhere. Messiah fan ga overnight. It does this year obodo or this year smooth. Nigerians itself need to act. Anambra people need to act. Anambra is your home. Ima abu katonya Anambra, bolonye Yoruba. Ima abu katonya Anambra, bolonye Kogi. Anambra is your home. That is how, when you start acting, if somebody may father you act up. If you start in your house. Odiba mata, odiba bo. Ndeba I need inwe nchiko. Nwe nchiko onye ọzọ nwe nchiko obodo adị mma. But at the end of the day, onye nke a na-ati nke, onye nke a na-ati nke. That way, emegide ndị a na-achị achị mma. Na ndị mmadụ amalugokwa na ife afa na-eme adịkwa mma, they start acting right. So ndị mmadụ itself need to act on their own. Ka uche fa wee dị ya na ọ bụrụ onye nke a na-ezuzu, onye nke a na-ezuzu. Ichi idozi ụzọ ịkwakalụ ihe onye edozi dị odo anya na alụgo ife a n'otu a ka ọ ga-adị, just like nke mmiri a. Ada etinye pipe naanị every day. Emego the pipe in such a way na ọ ga-aga streets, corners, buildings, mmadụ bi elu ụzọ. The contract, it does not care. Obulu ife a kwapụ ife niile. Ife a bụ how some people act. And I na fear every day. I na fear na traffic. I na fear people acting anyhow. Anọkata somewhere. Ndị ọzọ na-emekasị. Obulu omume ndị mmadụ. And ndị na-achị fụ na ndị a enwero na fa chọrọ ịma. Femebe nke fa.
Yes, I think, Bara, you have said it all. Emma, this our program, the voice of the voiceless and the voice of the people. Being the Ambassador General of Good Governance, I'll always be here to inform the people of the right thing to do and how to hold those elected servants, because those guys were elected our servants. You know, you don't have to be scared of them. You don't have to be afraid of them. You have to you just boldly tell them what you want. You know, it's our right and it's our money. It's our collective. We should have it as collective responsibility to hold them accountable. You should not leave them. You should not clap for them. You should not precinct them. You should not celebrate them. You should not go for. Soludo went to almost at that last time, and now what people vote to world win in 1 million. Can you imagine what is coming out? What your professor governor is telling the people? World winning or never 1 million or never 2 million. Can you imagine how? I mean, our good governance ministry, GGM, will continue to tell you, even though he's our respected professor of economics, our governor, we should not abuse him. He's still our governor. He's still our chief servant. The elected will hire him to be our chief servant. And you know, we should not play politics over this issue of good governance and or development. And we should not hesitate to call him to order. Mr. Governor, it's not like that. If you had gone to Omoza and they build a farm, modern farm settlement like a Fun City, that like you built Fun City. You've not told us how much you spent in building that Fun City. Assuming the cost of building it is 10 billion naira. If you had invested 10 billion naira in almost a building a farm settlement, Sigodo no rice village or Sigodo no tomato village, they say ihe ọbụla akọpụtara here, government will come and buy it. Government should set up marketing board, marketing company, commodity market. You got to go. What government does is to stabilize the market prices. And when way government is saying intervene. Greta, I don't know, Tinubu policy of opening the border so that big importers like Dangote, Bua Cement will import rice. That policy alone has messed up thousands of rice farmers this year, because rice farmers that invested billions of naira in their rice farm will lose out this year. The policy has encouraged importation of rice into the country, and what he does is to create wealth to the exporting country. It's simple economics. That was what he's done. Maybe in short run, 1 year, the price of rice will reduce to 45,000 naira, 50,000 naira. But it's not organically done. It's artificial. The price of rice will go back to 70, 100,000 naira, because next year, rice farmers will not go back to their farm. And you will not continue to open the border for rice importation, something you can locally produce. Can you see how you destroy the economy? So, Soludo being the governor, how have you, or what is your response to that federal policy to protect your rice farmers in Anambra State? So why am I saying that? In almost, I know almost they have fertile land. Almost can be the food basket of
Anambra.
Orumba North. Say Orumba North, Anambra South. That axis can be the food basket of Anambra South. What investment, what level of investment, what have you done to invest massively on food production in Anambra South? Promising them food or promising them 1 million naira. Easy. I mean, how do I put it now? is being wicked. He's just being wicked. He's being desperate. He's being desperate. November 8th, you know that a time shall come when you will hand over to the next governor. You know that the election day will come. The smart ones like LSOT started planning the very day he entered office. If you go to Abia State today, ka onye na-plan win LSOT. LSOT doesn't need to campaign. People will be campaigning for him. In Enugu today, go to Enugu, 2 years, under 2 years, Mba has taken over electricity. Ekwerege take it 3 years. Mba has taken over. EEDC has been forced to register another company called Empower. And Empower is under Enugu state government. Empower, Emeka for EEDC is playing all the politics to be in the good book of the governor in Enugu state. That is the way to go. And within 180 days, governor told, I will give you water. There's no water in Enugu. We started doing that. If you go to Enugu town now, you hardly see any potholes in Enugu state. Operation Zero potholes. Or is it the revenue house? Look at the revenue projection of Enugu state. Okwa from official report. Enugu is ranked 5th in the whole Nigeria. Enugu, and we market like Anambra State. Anambra State is ranked 17th in Nigeria in terms of revenue collection. Or how can we say that Enugu is overtaxing and Anambra State is not taxing? It's all about corporate governance, good governance. I'm not saying that Mba has gotten it. I'm criticizing Mba on the way he's taxing people in Enugu State. He should play down on. He should reduce his tax burden. How he's taxing small businesses in Enugu, and I think he's doing that because he has set up a committee that will review taxation, his taxation policy in Enugu State. So, in conclusion, what I'm saying is that this last or recent pronouncement from Soludo is most disappointing, most discouraging, most embarrassing, especially when you have the person in the caliber of Professor Chukwuma Soludo. But I think we should close. So make your closing remarks.
Okay. All right. In conclusion, we encourage the Nigerians and Anambrarians to improve in whatever you're doing. Please, if you see somebody that is acting anyhow on your state, stop the person, call out the person. If you see the government doing anyhow, call out the government. We are all vying for good governance. And we thank you very much here from BVI Channel 1, Mr. Ndubisi from the Good Governance. Thank you for coming to the live session today. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Ebera. Tomorrow we'll continue this discussion. I will invite others. If you want to be part of this discussion, you can send text to Ebera. Maybe by tomorrow we'll start announcing our numbers so that people that will want to be part of this, we will send the Zoom link to them so that they will be part of this discussion. We want to make this place a village hall discussion on market square, where our opinion and our voices are heard. You know, we don't want to make it a conventional media platform like Channel TV, AIT, you know, FM. It won't equal 100,000 naira. My name is here now. Free. So, I think all the concrete choice, but we are almost closing this program.
Brief.
Nkiru, are you here? Hello, somebody just joined now. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and greet us. We are about closing. We are back closer. So like I said, Ebera, I said we'll be announcing that people will be joining. Once you join us on Zoom, we'll bring you to the studio, and the whole world will be watching us through BVI Channel 1 because this program is live on BVI Channel 1 and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole whatever thing we are saying here is being played live on BVI, which is the largest YouTube in the whole of southeastern part of Nigeria, with 250, more than 257,000 subscribers. I don't think there's any YouTube in Southeast. Based in Southeast, we are based in Anambra State that has large followers like BVI Channel 1. Nkiru, if you can greet us, if you cannot, this is where we draw our curtain.
Darlon, I greet everybody in the house. I'm sorry that I came late. I don't have data. But I don't
Okay.
have data. See how I'm
Okay.
lying down. I don't have data. Tinubu is killing us. Soludo is killing us. I don't have data. Because Soludo forced we disabled to contribute. Oh, we don't have money again. Oh, I want the world to ask Soludo. Why disabled people donating money for the campaign? Ah, Anambra has got to be another thing. Oh, I want the
Nkiru,
world to hear my voice. Yo,
Nkiru, sorry, have you donated to Soludo
I'm
campaign
fan.
organization? Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you say what? Come
I
again.
I said you said disabled people are donating. Is Soludo forcing anybody to donate
Why?
to his
No.
campaign
You see,
organization?
Wale fan. You see this Anambra state because most of us be follow. Understand me because it seems that he organizing one fake disabled people every month. He will just share 10 cups of rice. So when others are distributing or donating, you will donate now. Whether na mango, they know. But for me, I don't have money. Oh, let Soludo give me my own money. Oh, we don't have money to donate. You let the world hear us.
All right. Iron Lady, before we close, we understand that you are the voice of the people on the street and the voice
Yes.
of the disabled people. And again, you are the chief campaigner of George Morgan, the Labour Party person. How far have you gone on the campaign? What
Hey,
is
Labour Party,
what is
you
response
get
from
your
the people?
voters card. Please get your PVC ready. November 8th, you vote for Dr. George Morgan, Obona Gaga. Tell me your friend, I will tell you who you are. Peter Obi is behind him. Yes, George Morgan has all it takes to transform Anambra. Last time, town service driver went to him because immediately they went there. What George Mogalo had, he started crying. Imagine somebody bought a new Belgian car because you know Nigeria we cannot produce even toothpick. This is how we see ourselves. Somebody bought Belgium for 7 months. The person cannot drive the motor. Do you know before he managed to repair the vehicle, the Belgian before he came to Nigeria? That person paid 100 and something thousand before you will start work. Then the other time, one of the drivers went to hospital. He fell sick. He was admitted for 3 months. When he went to return work, for that 3 months, he paid Soludo for that. Now, empty whether you drive or not. In fact, this very time, we are paying for the air we are breathing, natural gift. So George Mogalo, when he win the election, I know by special grace of God, from 65 years above, you will not pay for your hospital bill. From 70 years allowance, at least every month you will get charm for ego taba or ego nka now. Because from 65 years, most of age is old age is not bad thing. From 65 years, sick every you will see this today headache. So when you are outside, what you tell your parents, mommy, daddy, go to the hospital. My cousin might go to the hospital. Government will be taking care of you. Your free medical something. So it's a big blow and it's a big challenge o. And Anambra is transforming. We are going to move higher and not fire because now we are in hell. So Dr. George Mogalo is a man. He doesn't talk. He know what he will do. He love his people because if he promise all the world that this taxation is too much, you will pay tax but you will pay it according to and not this side taxation. Headbridge Ogbor will start doing protest. Immediately you become the guinea of Ogbogu. Within 1 year they will change so that they will have transparency. But the very man that Soludo endorsed or forced them since 3 years and that man is still the chairman of Ogbogu Headbridge. And are protesting, but our governor, Professor Wamwafo, first class in the economy, he don't want to listen to poor people. So everybody should come out and vote for Dr. George Morale and if you Carol. My disabled fellow come out and all the government workers, let them come and vote. Our teachers, their minimum wage is 45,000. You cannot use it to buy a handbag of rice. Go to other states. Where is our location money?
He says 45,000.
My sister Julie, come and vote for us. So
He
if you
says
want Anambra to be
he says
better.
45,000. Minimum wage is 70,000 from
No,
the record I have.
we had it 45,000. Then cleaner in the school is 8,000 naira. Go and verify.
All right. All
What
right.
is 45,000?
All,
Ozuru ego nji aṅụ ọgwụ.
all right. Nkiru, thank you for
Yeah.
coming to this
Eh,
platform.
Labour Party ụgbọ na-aga aga bịa banye n'ụgbọ. Vote for papa mama pikin. Labour Party all the way. George Mogala and Ifeokaro is the man. Ifukwu onye ọ chara acharụ ọ ma ife o
Nkiru,
zuru ka nwoke.
you are
O
not.
nwere amamife, o nwere love.
Anyị
Could you
na-ayọsịkwa
believe
Madam
na ndị
Nkiru. Anyị na-ayọsị
ndị
Madam
fan
Nkiru
drive?
ka ọ welụsịkwa nwa ya na o mebegokwalụ
You,
Mr. George Moalo campaign.
you are
No,
not. You are
We
not
really
paying.
appreciate
You are
him
not
being
paying
here.
I'm
attention.
just telling the world. Okay,
Okay.
now bye now. When you come, ọkwa ịma na onye ọbịa bịabeghị, you must entertain the person. Could
Yes.
you believe that town union people went to visit Soludo from morning till night, even to give them pure water? Mana, in our own tradition, even your enemy come to your house, you will give that person even pure water. What does it show? You don't even care for any other person.
All
So
right.
that is a
Thank you.
good governance stand for what? If you don't do well, you go outside, another person will try. Ụbọchị a mụrụ nwoke na mba ka a mụrụ ibie.
Thank you, Madam Iron Lady. We'll continue this.
Nkiru the lady now.
Iron Lady.
Come and vote for Labour Party for betterment. Unu
Nkiru,
agbapụzi n'obodo oyibo ka Anambra dị mma.
Nkiru, the Iron Lady. Thank you. We'll continue this discussion tomorrow.
Okay.
And we believe and we hope because Zoom doesn't take so much data unless if you're watching us through
I'm
the
not watching anything.
unless
I
if
don't
you're
have money.
watching through YouTube. But for Zoom is not, it doesn't take data
Okay.
much. So we'll continue this discussion
No
tomorrow.
problem
And
because we stand for good governance.
yes, by
4 plus
tomorrow.
4 is 8, but it's not constitutional. If you stay 4 years, if you don't do well, Atopogi government house belongs to us. We
Yes,
pharmacy, they are our servants. They have to serve us very well.
exactly. Thank you, my dear sister. We'll continue this discussion tomorrow. And if we have people from Solo camp they should also come so that
We
they
need them. Invite APC,
uh,
invite Apuga, invite all of them. Let them come and tell the world what they have for us.
so
I love it.
we'll do that. Thank you.
Mm.
Bella, God
And
bless
thank
you.
Ngwa.